Hi graduates, it's Stella from Meeple University, and this is Stella's short and sweet preview for The Gardens from Grail Games. Sydney's Royal Botanic Garden. Let's take a walk, a selfie, and admire its beauty. The fountains, the streams of water, the trees, and the bin chicken. Anyway, the game plays 1 to 4 players with mechanics such as tile placement, point-to-point movement, and card drafting. The game is of light to medium complexity. In the gardens, players are drafting cards to fill up their 3x9 display of garden to gain various tile placement points. Each start of round, the display is filled with 3 rows of garden cards, 1 card per player per row. Different setup slightly for a 2-player game. Then 1 player at a time, player takes a card from the display and adds it to the same row on their player board. As you can see here, the harbour side and the building side can only be placed where they should be. Then player moves their visitor meeple to the new card, gaining the points, if any. There are various ways of scoring, and these are determined by the scoring tiles you use in the game. I'm using the recommended basic tiles here, like this one. The bench. You score a point for each garden card orthogonally or diagonally adjacent to this card when you place it. Or the fountain. If your visitor meeple moves and stops on a fountain, you get a point for each stream card it moves through on its way there. Each player can only take a maximum of 1 card per row, so when there are no more cards on the display, the round is over and the next cards revealed for the next round. Game continues until each player's garden is full, then endgame scoring happens. These are also variable depending on the tiles you use in the game. Like statue scoring, you get 10 points for each other player who has fewer statues in the garden than you. Or pathways, you score your largest cluster, 1 point per each connected pathways in your garden. And that's it! The player with the most points has made the most beautiful, most Instagrammable and efficient garden and wins. The mechanics in this game are smooth. Rules are not too hard, but the drafting is pretty tight. I don't think I can afford to hate draft too much, cause the cards are limited each round. You gotta grab it when you see it. And planning ahead is important, as you need to maximize the movement of your visitor meeples at times to get the most points. The variable scoring tiles make the game highly replayable. You can choose the basic one, or randomly, or whatever you like. You can see here some other scoring tiles for visitors' movement and for endgame. The game also has advanced mode with different player boards showing the actual landmark from the garden. So, I've been to Sydney Royal Botanic Garden. It's also in Australia, probably about 880 kilometers away from where I am. And it's gorgeous and very peaceful. The rulebook has a brief history of the garden, along with what you may see in and around it. And I was not kidding about the bird. We call it here bin chicken in Australia. It's actually white ibis, just cause they usually found rummaging through our bins. Now, where do I go? Let's go shopping. Thanks for watching, folks. Check out the gardens on Kickstarter. I'll put the link in the description below. The components featured in this video are prototype, so rules and artwork are not final. You would help us by like the video, subscribe and hit the bell, and comments below if you find this video useful or if you have been to the garden. I also share my board games journey on Instagram. Hope to see you there too. See you in my next video.